Okay, let's get into this. This guy says, guy is from Illinois and talking about states that can't balance their budgets. LOL. Actually, I was talking about states that can't pay their bills. I don't think I was, maybe I was talking about balancing budgets, but I was talking about levying enough tax on your citizens in order to just pay your bills in red states, which is something red states have a very hard time doing. So let's talk about Illinois, since you want to talk about Illinois. We have about $12.5 billion in unpaid bills. We run about a $5.2 billion, I think it might have changed in the last couple of years, but about a $5.2 billion deficit every year. However, because we don't get back all of the federal funds that we produce, because we only get back about 68 cents for every $1 that we put in, and that balance of the money goes to red states who don't levy enough tax on their citizens in order to cover their bills, we lose about $8.2 billion a year in this tax scheme. So, if you want to talk about Illinois, let's talk about it from this standpoint. If every state in the United States of America got back from the federal government the federal revenue that they generated, California got its federal funds back, Indiana got its federal funds back, Montana got its federal funds back, Illinois got its federal funds back, we would no longer be losing $8.2 billion a year to red states, which means we could pay off our unpaid bills, we could cover our deficit, and put enough money towards our unpaid bills that we could have it paid off in whatever the math is there, 7, 8, 9 years. And at that point in time, we, Illinois, would be running a $3.3 billion surplus, roughly, based on the numbers today. If we just got our revenue back, we could pay our bills off in less than a decade and be running a $3+ billion surplus. Why can't we? Because red states take our money. Because Tennessee doesn't levy enough taxes to its citizens to cover its bills. Because Mississippi doesn't levy enough taxes on its citizens to pay its bills. So they need money from blue states, like Illinois. Give Illinois back its money, and we'll cover our deficit. We'll be able to put a little over $3 billion a year towards our unpaid bills. And in less than a decade, we would be running a $3 billion a year surplus. You want to try that for a change? Because I, as somebody who lives in Illinois and as somebody who generates that federal revenue, would love to see that. I would love to see us get back our money so that we could run a surplus and watch red states become even more poor because they do not levy enough tax. If I brought into my house $5,000 a month, take home, if that's what I brought into my house, $5,000 a month, but my bills were $7,000 a month, and I went next door and took $2,000 a month from him and brought it back over here and went, there you go, bills are covered, look at that, we're balanced. All of our bills are paid for. I could claim that we were fiscally responsible too. That's what red states are doing. That's what red states are doing. Listen, dude, I appreciate the continued content, but at some point in time, you guys got to get your head out of your asses and actually deal with the data.